Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am sharing with you an all the fall things video, and for me that just means I'm sharing with you a bunch of clips of all the things that people may like to do in the fall. I'm going to share with you us going to an apple orchard and doing all the fun things that you do at the apple orchard, like picking apples, walking through the corn mazes, playing in the corn pit, those kind of things. I'm going to share with you a couple baking recipes. I'm going to share with you a fall kids craft idea. I am going to share with you a crock-pot recipe. Crock-pot recipes are always nice year-round, but especially in the fall. So I'm going to share with you all kinds of fun fall things. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Alright, so I am making like a carne asada shredded beef taco situation. I guess I don't have an exact name for this, but what you're going to need to start off this recipe is about 2 pounds of a chuck roast, and then I'm actually going to be using my crock pot for this recipe, so you're just going to want to take this out of the packaging and place it into your crock pot. Alright, next you're going to want to pour a packet of an au jus gravy and a carne asada seasoning onto your chuck roast. Next you're going to do 1 can of beef broth. Mine is this less sodium kind. You don't have to do the less sodium, that's just what I chose to do, but you'll dump that into your crock pot as well. You are also going to add 1 can of enchilada sauce to your crock pot. You're next going to add in a half a jar of the peppers and the juice of these peppercini peppers into your crock pot. And then lastly you're going to want to add some sliced onion. I would say somewhere between a small sized onion to a medium sized onion, anywhere in between there. Kind of eyeball it, however much onion you prefer. And then that is it. Alright, now that you got your lid on, you will turn your crock pot to high and you will cook for 7 to 9 hours, or until the meat starts falling apart really easily. Alright, so my meat only took about 5 hours to cook on high, and so I did take it out. I shredded all the meat. I tried to pick out as much as the fat on it and shredded it. I put it back in here with all the stuff, and now I just turned it on keep warm for now, and I'm going to let it kind of sit in all of these juices for probably about another hour, and then I'll take it out of there and it will be ready to make the tacos.
I just miss you more than anything. It's way too quiet in the house, I'm just wasted on the couch, 'cause I don't wanna feel anything. Wish you'd stayed here beside me. This isn't how it's supposed to be. Wish you'd stayed here right with me. I can't shake that feeling that we said goodbye too soon. The hour's getting late, I shouldn't sit here contemplating. I just can't stop thinking about us. I won't forget a single thing, from drunken nights to Sunday mornings, and how you smile at me.
Alright, so I am going to make a old-fashioned apple crisp recipe, and to get started with this recipe, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. You're then going to want to butter an 8x8 baking dish. Alright, then in a mixing bowl, you're going to add 6 apples, peeled and chopped, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 3/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1.5 teaspoons of lemon juice. And then you're just going to stir to combine and then transfer to the prepared baking dish. Alright, then in a separate bowl, you are going to add 1 cup of light brown sugar, 3/4 cups of old-fashioned oats, 3/4 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a pinch of salt, and 1/2 cup of cold unsalted butter diced into small cubes. And then use a pastry cutter to cut the butter into the oats mixture until the mixture resembles pea-sized crumbs. You can also use 2 forks or your hands to do this as well. Alright, once you have the crisp topping all mixed together, you are then going to want to add this over the top of your apples in your baking dish, and then gently pat to even them out. Alright, then you're going to bake this for 40 to 50 minutes until golden brown and bubbly. Alright, so here is my crisp out of the oven. This is best to serve warm, and then you can serve it with ice cream or whipped cream, anything like that, some caramel syrup. All those things are good to serve with it. And like I said, you want to serve it warm. I am going to let mine cool just slightly. I just pulled it out of the oven, and then I'm going to serve some up with some ice cream and a little caramel syrup. Alright, and here is my apple crisp. Like I said, served up with some vanilla ice cream and some caramel syrup, and it looks delicious. Alright, so I am making pumpkin pull-apart loaf, and to get started with this, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Alright, and then you're going to want to spray your pan with some cooking spray, and then I added some flour to mine as well. You're then going to stir together 3/4 cups of pumpkin puree, not the pumpkin pie mix. You're going to do a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, and 1 large egg. And then once you have that all stirred together, you'll just set that aside. Then in a small bowl, you're going to want to take a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and just mix that all together. Alright, then you're going to need 1 can, an 8 count, of Pillsbury Grand biscuits, and you're going to want to do like the home style or the buttermilk, but you don't want the flaky kind. And you'll just open this up, and then you'll cut each one horizontally in half. Alright, so you'll cut them in half like this, and then you're going to want to roll it into your sugar and cinnamon mixture. Okay, and then you are going to want to put some of your pumpkin puree mixture on top of that, and then you are just going to continue this process, putting your half a biscuit in the cinnamon mixture, and then topping it with some pumpkin mixture and just stacking it up. Okay, so once you have all of your biscuits coated in the cinnamon sugar mixture, and you have the pumpkin puree mixture on each side. You are then going to place them into your loaf pan, something like this, and then you're going to want to bake them in the oven that you have preheated at 350 degrees for 30 to 40 minutes, or until the top is golden and the center is cooked through. And then you'll leave them out to cool because we are going to add a glaze on the top once it is done baking. Okay, so here is my bread out of the oven. Like I said earlier, you do need to let this cool before you add the glaze to it. And of course the glaze is optional. You do not have to add the glaze, but once this cools, I will share with you how I make the glaze and what this looks like when it's all done. Okay, my bread has cooled and you're going to want to make the glaze. And to make the glaze, you're going to need a half a cup of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and then 3 tablespoons of heavy cream or milk. And just mix that together, and then you'll drizzle that over your bread. All right, and there you go. There is your glaze, and now you can serve and enjoy. All right, so I am making a pumpkin milkshake, and the recipe I'm following seemed like it made a lot, so I tried to kind of cut it in half a little bit. So I am kind of eyeballing a little bit of this as well. So the recipe called for a bunch of pure pumpkin. I just used 1 can of pure pumpkin, and then it asked for a pint of vanilla ice cream. I didn't get a pint, I just kind of scooped until I felt like it was enough. It asked for 4 cups of milk. I did just a little, close to 2 cups of milk. And then it asked for 1.5 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. I just kind of eyeballed that as well. And then you're just gonna blend this all together. All right, and then once you have it blended, you can just add them to a cup, put some whipped topping on, and then sprinkle with some cinnamon or nutmeg and enjoy. I am just going to make a note for all you guys out there making this. You really need to like pumpkin, like the actual real flavor of pumpkin, to like these. They're very pumpkin flavored. For my kids, I just added more ice cream just to kind of mask it a little bit. I mean, they like pumpkin flavored stuff, but nothing like super crazy. So anyways, but they are very good. If you like pumpkin, they're good. I enjoyed them. So here is your pumpkin milkshake. So I'm making a couple crafts with the boys, and for the first craft I am making pumpkins, and to make these
it's fun. Like fun, and you need to paint it all orange.
Yep, you need to take a plate and paint it all orange. That's the first step.
And we need to put it on a real thing. Your mom at home has to paint your hand green, or dad.
Yep.
Or and then dad, you have to paint it really good. Your mom and dad will have to paint a stick.
Yep, and then, so the next step after we get the the plate painted is we are going to paint their hand green. All right, so I have the painted plates here, and I also have the boys' green handprints. I am just going to cut these out as close as I can get to the actual handprint here, and then I will share with you the next step. All right, next you're just going to want to cut out like a brown piece of construction paper to make it look like a stem on your pumpkin. And then, like I said, I cut out my handprints and I will just glue that on there and you have yourself a pumpkin. All right, and here is how their little pumpkins turned out. All right, so for this next craft, you're just gonna need a white piece of paper, and then you'll wanna paint your kid's hand like a lighter brown color, and then have them put their handprint on the piece of paper. And then next, you're just gonna wanna take like a darker brown marker or some paint and make the top to your acorn, which is kind of what we're trying to accomplish the look here for. All right, and then I made just little black lines to make this like diamond shape kind of look to it. I'm not sure if that helps make it look any more like an acorn or not. I'm not very artistic, but do that. All right, so both of these are done. I just wrote Happy Fall on there with some fall colors. I would recommend not using yellow because it's very hard to see, but there are my little fall acorns. All right, you guys, I'm going to wrap up this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye.